what's going on YouTube? This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It's still nice though. It's still nice weather out right now today. It's not cold. It's just cloudy. So, but over there, far over there, it's quite sunny. Or at least there's not cloud coverage that way. Pardon me. I wanted to make that continuation of that one video of, speaking about consciousness and Ghislaine Maxwell. Bottom line, I felt that entity today in one of the past videos that I just uploaded today, talking about how fell back into the astrals after 5 a.m., 6 a.m. after seeing the sunrise, and bada bing, bada boom. That was the spirit that I felt in the living room through my pineal gland. In my experience in the astrals, when I have been in darkness, I have not needed to have that pineal gland open in order to feel that spirit's presence, malevolent spirit's presence. So, relating back to the video of my friend's channel being compromised, little recap. She was diagnosed with a mental illness, was in and out of the psych ward. I've seen her on medication, not on medication. This is all through the phone, digitally. But I know her. And I know her spirit. I know her soul. And there has just been times where I have, messaged her and she has messaged me. And she's messaged me 3 times. And it'll say edit, and then it'll be the final message. And I just find that odd because of the 3, the 6, and the 9, and how I am I'm becoming more aware of these numbers and the vibration and the effect that they have on my physical body and on my spiritual body. I don't have the full report, neat answer, but it is something, which is why I'm documenting it, why I'm sharing, and I feel a responsibility to let those who look like me and who have carbon know that it's something. It's something. So she just started responding in that way, and I immediately felt, through my antennas and through my, just the cells in my body that something was off. And then speaking to her through the phone and seeing her, hearing her, it looking like her, but that not being her, it's another spirit. And then relating that back to today, and every time, ever since a certain point sometime this year, I'll say it could have been the very end of last year, but I didn't talk to her in December on the phone or vigilantly. The last time I talked to her, and I know it was her, it was November. But in 2024, definitely since February, it's looked like her, but it's not her. It's a whole nother spirit. And every time that she has texted me or I have texted her, it is being intercepted. That message is being intercepted by this malevolent spirit, who I will say, I believe, is Ghislaine Maxwell, who is her father's favorite son. I always feel a need to add that in because that is important information. So relating that back to today, my brother with the conversation would not have responded the way that he did. He would not have been as cold. He would not have been as petty and cruel. He's just not that way. He is such a compassionate soul. Of the starseed children, I'll say definitely, I believe he is a crystal starseed, whereas I'm a rainbow starseed, if we had to be put into those categories of indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children. again, there's all this stuff, information put out about these starseeds, but it is only pertaining to us. But they are not going to let us know, and when I say they, I mean those who have all the power, the elite, are not going to let us know. Yeah, they're starseed children. Yeah, they have these abilities, but it's only the black babies and Latina babies and Latino babies with green veins. Because when I first came across this information, I thought it was like everybody. But no, it's a certain set of us, and then of this category, it's a certain set of this category. Because we're the ones that chose to come down and come back to fight for this upcoming war that we are about to be in, to help with this shift that we are about to go through, to help us get out of, and everyone else get out of reality. I mean, excuse me, of this illusion, so we can get back into reality. We can have access to our gifts. But let me get back to Ghislaine Lane. So that phone call with my brother was just off. I have never felt that way, that specific way with him. I have felt some other types of way, you know, but it was not like that. So I feel his channel is being intercepted and compromised. It just makes me wonder, okay, well, if I text him, is it going to go to him, or is it going to go to this other spirit, or to this other place? Is it going to be intercepted somehow, some way, and potentially manipulated to then be delivered? I don't know. I just know who I spoke with on the phone at 11:43 was not him. Sounded like him, but was not him. I do not need to see him to know that that was not him. And yeah, just with, again, reiterating that Kevin, my father, and Michelle, my mother, she apparently is not here. She's just off in the astrals causing chaos. And then he leaves to Germany on the 1st, which is why I said in my other video, I feel like something might happen based off of all these things, you know, the end of this month, which is just what, two more days, 3 counting tonight, or 3 days, it's the 1st. But regardless, it now just has me, you know, if something were to happen and I call my brother, is it going to get to my brother? Or I text my brother, is it going to reach my brother? Or is it going to reach that other entity that's off in the astrals? But whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen. I'm not worrying about it, but I did just want to make the video because, one, I haven't talked about those other instances with my friend, and it's important, and I know I'm not the only one experiencing it. 2, if it helps anyone who may be experiencing something along those lines, and I just feel a need to share, you know? There's no reason for me to just bottle this up and choose fear. You know, I've kept to myself, but not chose fear with it, so I might as well just share in however these next few days and this next month and the following, all the way to December. However it's meant to go down is how it's meant to go down. And if anything gets ugly, I choose to believe that my soul, that God is telling me that you are ready for this chapter in your life. I will choose to believe that the goddesses on Xylanthia are with me every step of the way. My guardian angel, every step of the way. My guardian angel is right here, right now. So are the rest of my angels that are guiding me and protecting me. in whatever way they can, as well as the rest of this spiritual team that I have behind me that I may not even fully remember the names of these beings that are protecting me. Pardon me. So I just say that to document what happened today and to not apologize if you start feeling that this person's channel is compromised, and after doing some internal work, you need to pull away, or if you want to block them, to then maybe unblock them later in the week and see what happens in the astral, see what happens here in the physical. Does it have an effect? Do not apologize. Choose you. Be selfish. And I feel, you know, when I did that with my friend, I was also choosing them because I love them so much. And something was revealed because of it. So, yeah. I definitely just felt like it would be necessary to film. Just to film this. So I yeah, wanted to just add this and say, you know, that reason is because I was adopted by the real Jacob Rothschild and Ghislaine Maxwell. Kris Jenner is who? Ghislaine Maxwell. And that spirit inside of Ghislaine Maxwell's body is the exact same spirit inside of my mother, Michelle Doyle. I did not get here overnight. You know, during 2023, I definitely was coming to terms with the reality that she is, or questioning if she is a part of that bloodline. I came across the video of 777 True speaking about how Kris Jenner is Ghislaine Maxwell. They're the same people. And for whatever the reason, that video stuck in my mind out of every other one that he has on there. And there were a couple times where my mother would be speaking about Kris Jenner and she'd get down on herself and compare her life to Kris's. But instead of, like, I was hearing the conversation, but my body began feeling the energy in the room. And something was just off. My body was telling me something is off. Remember. But I couldn't really get it, but I knew how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling is not out of the blue for no reason. And to pay attention to why I was feeling that way, see if it comes up again. And then, you know, her seeing this character on the TV series Big Brother and saying that she looked like Pink, me saying she looks like Kris Jenner, and her just being afraid by me saying that and not backing down by the fact that I see Kris Jenner, and her, you know, that's how she started behaving while she was eating her sandwich, and I just would not let that go. So I in the sense, like when we were talking, like, no, I'm not gonna let you sway me a different way. And then after the whole India stuff happened and me seeing them, you know, straight up Jacob, Kevin, hurting my astral body, and to the point where my body became like the grudge, you know, up down like that, a U. And my heart chakra it felt like it was gonna be ripped out with what he was doing. To then having an experience in November, I believe it was November, it could have been end of October, but I think it was around it might have been end of October. I just know that the fall was crazy this past fall because I kept pulling away. And I pulled away because of that experience in the beginning during the summer, or that point in the summer in July where I saw them, and they were hurting my astral body. And then my father saying, oh, you better get sleep. Are you getting a good night's rest? All the way from Germany. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. What do you mean, get a good night's rest? You literally were just hurting me the other night. Are you kidding? So I started pulling away, and that definitely had an effect on her more so than him, because she feeds off of my energy. She feeds off my brother's too. And, you know, Kevin has as well, the Rothschild, but one feeds a little more, and I suspect that because her vibration is lower, her magic is red, his magic is orange, mixed with the reality that the Kundalini energy is rising, it is having more of a drastic effect on those whose magic is a lower vibration and have convinced themselves in this illusion that they need our essence in order to survive. They never did. So she's experiencing more withdrawal symptoms. Ghislaine is experiencing more withdrawal symptoms. And I say Ghislaine because there was an experience I had where her face, my mother's face, Michelle's face, and this one just freaked me out. Where I was like, holy shit, you're not a Maxwell, you are the one in charge. Holy cow. And I was in my bedroom in Arizona when I was a kid with my brother. In that bedroom, he wasn't there. My father wasn't there in this one. And I was just in the bedroom, and then I looked over to where the doorway is, and she started coming in, and she said something, you know, to lower my vibration, basically belittled me. But I was just surprised while it was happening. Her face, if you were to take, you know, the image of a prune and really suck out, you know, the life in a person, it was just sagging like it needed energy and life force. But it wasn't fully the facial image of my mom. It was the image of Ghislaine Maxwell, mixed with a little bit of my mom. I could tell it was her, but because I believe I had pulled away enough in a way that she wasn't ready for here in the physical, that it was having such a drastic effect on her in the astrals, that mask that she was able to hold up literally 2 months ago was now not having the same effect, because she wasn't having my energy in the way that she was months ago. So I'm now seeing more reality. I'm seeing more of the real you without this false mask. And yeah, I definitely felt uncomfortable. I felt shocked. Nothing could have prepared me for that. Like her being a Maxwell, I feel like I got a little prepared because of the video. But then her being straight up Ghislaine Maxwell, I had to take a minute, I'm not gonna lie. I took a little bit of a break, more so from them. And then I just had more experiences where that face was pulling through, or that is just the face that I am seeing. And then when she has had more energy, you know, they're more refueled, I'm seeing more of Michelle. So I'm adding this because of the times, you know, I've heard Ghislaine, or I've felt Ghislaine, I felt the witch that's been here since 1492, but I'm hearing the voice of someone else that I love. However, it's being done in the astrals. And, you know, they got access to all that information. But you know why, for me specifically, I'm seeing, you know, that witch that's been here since 1492, that is why. So I'm just making this video to say that is the spirit inside that body is who adopted me. and my brother. And, you know, then my father's the real Jacob Rothschild. Again, this is not a coincidence. When I choose to breathe and be calm, I can't even say be calm, but when I choose to openly share this type of truth, regardless of who hears it, regardless of who sees it, even if the only person that hears me from this video is me, the sun is peeking through the clouds. That is not a coincidence. But anyway, that's why I was adopted by the real Jacob Rothschild, and the spirit that is inside the most powerful witch on the ley line, who has been here since 1492. Ghislaine Maxwell, who is her father's favorite son. So, that's definitely why I felt a little more of what I was feeling earlier today in regards to just how things were, how the dominoes were falling, how the day was playing out, how the situation was unfolding. And then just relating this back to phones and consciousness, you know? Definitely not a coincidence when that Wi-Fi gets turned on. What's really happening? I don't fully have that answer right now in this moment, but I know it's not something to help with this shift that we're about to go through. I know it's not something to help make me feel peace, so be aware. If you got an iPhone, honestly, maybe it's time to throw these away. I feel that might be what happens in the near enough future. Once this telepathy fully is turned on, we won't need these, and we won't be being harmed by our natural mode of communication in the way that I will say I have experienced through this phone and the Wi-Fi being turned on, or the data being turned on randomly. I'm adding that in this video just because all of it is connected. Every little last bit of it is connected, and it's just important. So I think I'm gonna end this video. You know, if you happen to see this video by chance and you are carbonated and you either A, are adopted, or B, you are carbonated and you know someone in your life who is adopted like me, has completely different set of parents, definitely encourage them to start asking who their parents really are. And that, you know, if they got siblings, they got each other back. I think I said everything I really needed to say in this video. I'm kind of rambling right now, but to whoever is listening, thank you for watching. And, you know, it's all of this information, all the stuff that I'm picking up on, from the numbers to the stuff that's happening in the astrals at night or early in the AM, to what's going on in the physical. Honestly, with me not being able to get a job right now and have a nice resume and places that I've worked before, it's just stuff. I feel like that this is all just leading into why I feel like something A, is going to happen in the near future to me, but B, more importantly, what's gonna go on in the end, this ending part of 2024, the ending part of this messed up matrix that we are living in. Something is happening, and it's gonna be for the betterment of us. I know in my soul. My angels and God would not put me in this situation and give me the knowledge of all of this information if I was not about to, if this whole game wasn't about to be up. You know, I'm not about to be living like this all the way until May of next year with this information. It's up. It's done. And however it needs to happen, you know, however we need to get to the point of us experiencing freedom by the end of this year in December and this ancient being being returned into us. So I'm going to end it by saying I send peace, courage, divine protection, and divine cosmic love to every single 9 ether being. Peace.